Oh, okay. I see you. I see you. I see you. So I'm gonna go ahead and oh, we on here. Hey, what's going on, world? It's me again, Ethan Smith, aka Big Sarge, large and in charge of my motherfucking self. Okay, just me. Control myself. That's my greatest eternal wealth. But in front of me, you know who I see. I got my man Killer Wolf and Whiskey Charlie. What's going on, Grunts?
Man, Killer Wolf in the building, baby. We missed y'all last week, but we about to make up for it this week, man. Stay tuned and stay motherfucking focused. Lays and blaze, baby.
Then we got Whiskey Charlie. What's been going on with you, Whiskey Charlie? Before I get into this quick PSA and let you take it away, what you got?
Hey, what's good, everybody? Hey, yeah, just like they said, hey, we missed out on last week, but we're about to go live with it this week. I just so happened to be that it was my topic of the week, and we'll go through with this on. We're going to talk about training, whether it was in the military, whether the training was, something that you actually was able to use or actually was useful in the military for you, or outside of life was the military training more useful there. And then, of course, in life, as we live day by day, really a topic that I like to be a touch upon is actually training your kids in reality in life. And so we're going to touch on some things on there, but I'll let you go get back to Big Sarge here. He's going to open us up here.
So y'all know what it is. It's Grunt Speak by Grunts for Grunts. Everybody, welcome. Everybody, bring your whole family. Killer Wolf over there. You got mother-in-law there, Mr. Lewis there. They form a military, so we bringing everybody in the building. So this Grunt Speak by Grunts for Grunts. Everybody, welcome. You know what it is. You don't hold that identifier. You cannot and will not be a member in the squad. You could be in the brigade. You could be in the area. We thank you for the support and what y'all do and how y'all do. But make sure you do this too. Take your kids away if it's something that you don't want them to hear us say, because it's going to be some profanity, some insanity, but it's also going to be some knowledge for your brain, G. See, he got the two. Yeah, y'all already know what Whiskey Charlie going to do today. Y'all already know. Y'all already know what he going to do today. What I'm drinking today? Blue Moon. Yeah, on the Blue Moon today.
Okay, I see.
This way. So we on the 2 today. Everybody, Whiskey Charlie done started something new, so we doing 2 today. But anyway, that's what I gotta say. You know what time it is today. So while Whiskey Charlie talking to y'all a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and start to share this. Y'all make sure y'all share this video, comment down below, get in and talk about it a little bit more. Whiskey Charlie, man, I'm gonna mute myself and start sharing. You got the flow.
All right, hey, you guys. Yeah, like I said, the topic today was going to be based off of training. So my biggest question to my battles out there, especially of course, my 11 Bravo, because that's what we are, grunts and stuff like that. What was maybe a training or a certain type of qualification that seemed to be non-realistic? Well, I wouldn't say non-realistic, just useless. And then what was that type of training that you felt that was actually really useful as when you're getting deployed, i.e. if you were going to Iraq or Afghanistan? What was some of those training classes that actually helped you, and what was some of the classes that didn't help you when you were in the military? We'll start with that, and then after that we'll go into life and training. So I would say, of course, when you're going through basic and anything else, rifleman as an infantryman, I think shooting can never be enough. As an infantryman, I love shooting. I love shooting guns. Don't matter which one it was. Actually, you know what? My favorite actually was probably about the 240 Bravo. That was probably my favorite one to shoot. But outside that, useless training, man, I would say to me, I can't say really any, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any useless training to me, because you know what? Hey, getting taught how to, I guess semi prepare, like if your battle was injured and stuff like that, when you had to insert IVs and stuff like that. I think that was actually pretty knowledgeable and something that is useful. And land nav. I would say that would probably be one of the hardest classes to remember to actually do as for me myself as an infantryman land nav, because but outside that I just those would be my two little things right there. So what do y'all got?
Man, okay, useless training. In the motherfucking, well, I can't say this, in the woods at the time, basically seemed like we was out there fucking in Vietnam or some shit. When at the same time we in mount training, you know what I'm saying? We're not in the woods. You see what I'm talking about? Land nav is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, that shit does, it sticks with you, because as long as you got your little pace count and shit like that, man, shoot that ass mill and just go ahead, get your little pace count down and walk towards that motherfucker, pick out some land features and stuff like that. But yeah, and what else helped me, you say, in combat that I thought was useless back in the rear was basically making sure your shit's straight. Like with us, checking our weapons, you ain't got shit to do with the motherfucking at Fort Hood or whatever, checking the Bradleys, PMCS and your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of people, we had guys, with pins out there motherfucking track, and you get on the motherfucking road, your track pop off. So, just being vigilant of your equipment, you know what I'm saying? Which we thought was being anal back in the rear, like, man, why the fuck we do this shit every day? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just try to have us here to do something, but shit like that. But man, we'll get to go ahead and get the big Sarge, man, see what he's talking about.
Oh man, y'all brothers killing the game. Y'all doing great. So let me jump over here real quick. McGinnis said he on that peach crown tonight. Yeah, what's up, McGinnis? You say surf's up, brother. He say, Viet fucking Nam. Like you was talking about earlier, shooter. They had us doing trench warfare and all that type of shit. But here's the thing, though. I get that because that was 2002 when I met you. And if you think about it, the military was probably still basing their fighting in Iraq based on what it was long time ago, 91. So they didn't think they probably had to change to, CQB at that time. But anyhow,
shit, back then they was Desert Storm and shit. The tanks was tearing up everything. They was calling for fire. You know what I'm saying? So we behind the curve then.
Well, that's usually how shit go. We got Jones. What's going on, Gabe? He's from my 06-07 Hooligans tour. What's going on, Big Jones? Hey, Miss Julie. Julie said hi, y'all. And then James McGinnis said 06 with me. You already know how them Hooligans roll. We is the National Guard unit over there, but we toe shit up, okay? We did what we had to do. But Whiskey Charlie had a question. What type of training did I take from the military, and what was some useless shit that I brought back with me too? Man, I don't, to be honest with you, I know there's some negative stuff in there. When I open my mouth, it'll start to flow out. I'm not really able to think about it right now because I attempt not to complain too much, but just a waste of fucking time. Like the military was just useless, like especially being in the Guard, right? They had you show up on wait. They had you show up on the Friday night, shooter, at like 1900, and you ain't doing shit to 06 on Saturday morning. They just doing unnecessary stuff.
Well, let me inform you, my friend. Active duty, same fucking place.
How could the world greatest military have such a fuck up when it comes to time? And I tell you what was useless. All the goddamn paperwork that I filled out that they kept losing. That's what was useless. Doing paperwork over and over and over and over again.
Hey, that's just like the shot records, man. I don't know how many times I got the same shot, like 15 times in 1 year. I don't think that's even possible. It's supposed to be a possible tetanus shot.
The fucking anthrax shot. Ain't nobody throwing that shit around. What the fuck is that for?
Hey, they probably was hitting us with the COVID before we even knew what the COVID was. That's why we all over here straight. But you know what? Go ahead, shooter. Go ahead. Okay. So besides the waste of time and the consistent paperwork that we was doing, other than that, all in all, man, I think what I took away from it really was brotherhood, you know, building with other individuals. And then, like Shooter said, really taking care of your business, like taking care of your business, because at the end of the day, as a leader or as a soldier, you are held accountable once you got to your unit. All that basic training shit was over. So if your weapon wasn't squared away, maybe for Shooter, if your track wasn't squared away, your uniform wasn't squared away, if all that shit wasn't squared away, you ain't had nothing to say because they was coming directly to you. So teaching me how to pay attention to the details, teaching me the importance of understanding a little bit and learning patience and knowing how to work through the process step by step. So the acronyms and shit, I ain't get in the Army at first, you know, sports with the weapon, slap, pull, observe, release, tap, squeeze, you know what I'm saying? I ain't get all that. But when I was in Iraq and I was doing all that fighting and shit like that, when my weapons had a malfunction, I just automatically went into it. So it taught me how to just react without thinking. And I think that happens in everyday life now, and that transitions into civilian life, because I was talking to someone not too long ago about Snowvid. And as I called it out here in Texas, Snowvid 2021. I survived that. Check this out, y'all. I seen a lady at Costco today wearing a shirt that said, "I survived Snowvid 2021, bro." Hey.
Wow. Wow.
But I get that. I understand that. If you born and raised in the dirty South and you ain't never did no snow and you had a whole week of 6 to 8 inches, that's a survival. That's a survival. So what I did learn, you know, just taking full responsibility for what you do, and then making sure the people around you are sweet too. So it really helped me build that teamwork, that camaraderie, because before I got to the military, I was probably just all about me and my civilian life and what I needed to do, but it helped to shape me and mold me to build a team around me too. And I think in your regular life, if you got a wife and some kids, shit, man, that's a skill that you're gonna need. That's a skill that you're gonna need, and learning patience. You know, you got a wife, hurry up and wait goes a long way today.
Hey, you see me in the stores, man. I was like, hey, let me get me a cold one while they get dressed, you know. That's just what I'm used to. You gotta hurry up and wait, man. Hurry up, get your drink on while your wife get ready, man. Ain't no sense to talk noise because they're gonna take longer, you know.
So the military is actually getting you prepared to be married, is what you're saying on that one right there. You know, you hurry up and wait. You know, we already ready. We're ready to grind and everything else. But the military is AKA your wife or your other individual.
And here's another thing.
I can say this though. What helped me with, you know, I think all us grunts had this training. It wasn't you know, it wasn't part of the military book, but as far as being a grunt, man, you know, me coming to the motherfucking PT drunk. You know what I'm saying? So what I got in sector, me being dehydrated, running doing missions, hey, that helped me out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was drunk the night before, but hey, I get up there, you know, and do my thing. What's up with you, man? Hey, you go ahead. Hold up one more. You go ahead.
Yeah, I already heard you. The queen then called you, so you got to make moves. So another thing, though, you know, learning the patience and learning to work with other people, and then how that transition into life. Really just understanding and learn how to deal with bullshit, because I don't really know how much you might have did civilian work when you got out, Shooter, after, you know, going through all your VA stuff. But being National Guard and then going to train and deal with all that shit, and then you go back to the civilian world and they attempt to make you deal with the same type of dumbness, but they're not as not as effective as what we do in the military. We do some dumb things in the military, but I can see how effective it is once you get to combat. I can see how effective it is once I got back to my family and started doing things with my family to be prepared and to get ready for certain things. But civilian jobs, it helped me to deal with bullshit and really know how to address people and talk to people, and sometimes, you know, chop people up in a nice political way.
Let me tell you this, man. Even being fucking tidy, you know how they fuck with you. You had to be dressed right, dressed. You know, with my house now, I've been doing it for a while. I can tell if a motherfucker been in here. You know, if I'm gone, I can tell somebody walked through my motherfucking house just by the vacuum streaks on the motherfucking floor. You know what I'm talking about? So it prepares you for a lot of shit, man. You know, it comes in handy sometimes. I can tell people been in my room, you know, all kinds of shit. But man, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world, bro. I wouldn't change shit for the world.
Hey, look, it also comes at kind of piggyback off Big Sarge over there, but you know, it all comes down to also what rank you were, right? If you were a specialist and below, it also trained you mentality wise to deal with bullshit from management that came at you in a different type of manner, right? And as a like Big Sarge said there, you know, he was, you know, sergeant, you know, Big Sarge over there, but also helped you kind of guide you in certain directions on how to train people, how to deal with people in certain type of ways and certain type of manners. But when you're in the military, you also get to see that variety of type of people that you have to deal with in the civilian life, with ignorance and people just stepping out of place.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. That shit taught me how to hate people, man. I don't even like being around motherfuckers, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not my family, my bros, or you know what I'm saying, I can't say that. I'm just being honest, man. I'm being honest.
Oh, that's no doubt. I think for me, I've always been a people person. I love people, you know, adjust and adapt to people well. So that was always easy for me. You know what I'm saying? But I think some of the useless shit, though, in basic training, I got tired of, even though now, here's the thing. I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself, but in basic training, I thought the fucking unnecessary, that was probably me just being the bitch too. I thought the unnecessary smoke sessions, because some other Joe fucked up, I got tired of that because I was already like 22 when I showed up to basic training with you. So I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit. I don't like this. But I completely understood how much it built me up today. I was talking to one of my old soldiers today, and he was just talking about getting a little chunky, getting fat. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm rucking. I'm putting in 100 miles a month. He like, I ain't like rucking when I was doing it in the Army. I said, neither did I. But it's set in my mind to always stay somewhat in shape, always stay prepared, always stay ready, because you never know what you're going to run into. So that was something that the military done for me too, to take my health seriously, to take my body seriously, and then just to take my mind seriously, where I can go into the next life. What's going on, Big Sarge? Dana Stafford, what's going on with you? Good to see they let you back on the Facebook. All my hooligan buddies be getting blocked on Facebook because they all thugged out. But in life, most of those things that you learned in the military, in life now, one of the things that's not helping me in life that the military taught me was people supposed to do exactly what I say because I'm Big Sarge and I outrank you. And sometimes when I came home as the husband too, I thought to my wife, I outrank you. That didn't really work. So that was something that I had to unlearn for me, that my wife was in military and she ain't dropping down and giving me 25. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I had to unlearn.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I jokingly with mine, you know, just a joke, start some shit, be like, hey, where that child at? You know, it's child time, you know. Just get a reaction, you know what I'm saying? Not seriously, you know what I'm saying? Because I get my motherfucking neck broke. Mm-hmm. But, you know, just joke around, like, hey, man, stand up, parade, rest when I come in the room. Stand at ease, you know, make a hole, you know, just talking shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, I know probably all y'all can relate or whatever else, but you know, coming out of the military and you start using your military lingo. I don't know how many times I've told some of my associates that work for me at work to go ahead and move double time, like get to double time. Let's move it. Let's go. Let's pick up your feet and fucking move.
Hey, I guarantee you, everybody in y'all household calls toilet paper TP.
You know what I do to my people? I start hitting them with them hand and arm signals. I be like, rally on me. I be hitting them with this. My kid be like, what's that? Double time. Like, hurry your ass up. Let's go. So certain things, you know what and then another thing, Stafford say, oh hell no. He must have been talking about when I was talking to attempting to control my wife. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't going for that. They wasn't going for that at all. But attempting to get my people to do what I do, you know what I'm saying? Get up early and be ready to roll like me, go to bed at a certain time, because that's something that's bred in me, like getting my rest. If it's 3 hours or 5 hours, that's important to me. When it's time to shut it down, shut it down. I don't want to play no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrap. But when I get up early in the morning, I'm ready to work. And I feel like anytime you get up out that bed, you should be ready to work. Like your shirt say, do the work, whatever that work may be.
I'm the only one in my household that loves the mornings. I thrive off of it. I think it's the best time of the day to me. Right before the sun come up, everything chirping, everything, you got that little morning dew on the ground and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're getting your thoughts together. All the go-getters get up early in the morning.
I like the mornings also, but like I tell people at work, I like mornings, but I don't like working in the mornings. I like be able to wake up and do what I want to in the mornings. I don't know if that's because the military ranked that for me is waking up in the morning, getting right at it. But I like to be able to wake up and like I'm up like 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning, if I whatever else, right, early in the morning. But I like to be able to, hey, drink a cup of coffee, really sit down and relax on my front porch and to really mentally build myself. Everybody's like, well, I like to go and work and get it over with. Like, nah, me, I'd rather just get my shit taken care of that I need to at home, have all that shit wrapped up. So whenever I do go to work, my mind is focused at work.
Hey, I see you've been upgrading the backyard and stuff, man. Old Whiskey Charlie, man. You look like you've been putting in that work, man. Like you said, you can't do it all at once. So you probably be beating yourself up, take your time with it, but it's coming along, brother. I see it. I see you.
Whiskey Charlie is cold-blooded through and through all the way. American born, American bred, okay? He gonna make sure the yard right. He gonna make sure the family good. He gonna either wear the red, white, and blue. He gonna fly the red, white, and blue. And if you ain't rocking the red, white, and blue, Whiskey Charlie might be like, you. But that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Hey, look, whenever it comes around to the American flag, my daughter Sally calls it Daddy's flag. That's what she calls it. Whenever she sees it, she calls it Daddy's flag. Look, hey, it's look, I stand for the flag, and what I did was I served because my dad and everybody served. But I feel proud. I do not regret a single thing with that, and I've met so many great people, and I'm still meeting great people that also served, and I make sure that I acknowledge every person that has served in the military in any type of manner. I make sure I acknowledge them and let them know, especially with my work, man. I make sure I acknowledge anybody that's wearing, especially a Vietnam veteran hat, man. If you've seen the situations, if you've watched the videos and the history channel and stuff like that, and seen the type of situation they had to come back to, and getting spit on and be called baby killers and stuff like that. Like, man, that's a rough situation. We came back, and now these days, we're much more appreciated. I mean, and stuff like that compared to what was back then. So I make sure I definitely acknowledge it. And I tell you what, they accept all that kindness and appreciation, and they acknowledge you back.
Man, you know what? I don't think I give enough credit to those Navy sailors, man, that's in the fucking submarines, bro. Them guys deep in water, like, coming through Russia. I seen a movie, the fucking submarine, like they kidnapped one of the Russian submarine commanders. I forget the name of the movie. And he knew how they had to depend on him to get them through that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he told them how to get through. They had the fucking waters and shit booby trapped, man. Mm-hmm. And one hit or some shit in that submarine, everybody fucked. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shots out to that shit, man. I don't think they get enough credit, man. For real.
No, a lot of times they don't, and that's just what it is. That goes back to another thing that you learn. Hold on. We were lucky. Phone calls and video chat. Lucky. Big Sarge, we are spoiled. Phone calls, video chat. I remember in '06 in Iraq, I had the cell phone.
Hey, we had porn. I mean, come on, man. I mean, shit.
Come on, bro. Who did have porn, bro? I think they had that shit back in 1915.
Oh, the first day it came out, Grunts had porn overseas wherever they was at. Either they had some, they created some, or they made.
They created their battle buddies picture of their wife.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't, man. I ain't have no cell phones or none of that shit over there, man. Like, no, what it is, the FaceTime. I probably didn't know how to do that shit.
I don't know if we had FaceTime back then. I don't think we were doing the FaceTime, but we was doing FaceTime. You know, Joe would have been out there on the battlefield attempting to FaceTime his girl like he about to die. And Sarge or somebody would have killed him for real.
I think they'll be doing videos and shit, TikTok videos out there in combat and shit or some shit, man. We'll be fucked. The internet fucked us, man.
Oh yeah. So Big Stafford say we were lucky, phone calls and video chat. And then he said you can't compare it to the old times. I had a fucking cell phone. That is absolutely right. And then I call him Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, Scott hit us with the AR 840-10. The flag represents a living country and is itself considered a living thing. Don't disrespect it. You know what's going to happen if you do. You ain't got to believe in everything that it stands for, and it may not always feel like it represents you based on the color of you, but this is the country that you live in, so give your just due or else get the fuck on. We be done with you too. That's just how it go. Americans don't understand the significance of the red, white, and blue. No, because Americans are spoiled. Just like soldiers don't really understand the significance of the military until you get out. Then you complain about how screwed up the Army is, but some of us don't take advantage of the things that the Army give us. That's what I learned about the Army real quick.
Hey,
it's a job.
Just like us soldiers, we don't understand what the fuck the civilians be talking about. We think that they should go to war just to go to college and shit. But hey, that's the debt we pay. We chose to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a motherfucker should have to go to no motherfucking war just to learn a fucking trade to keep this country pushing. You see what I'm saying? But hey, they'll say, hey, you want to go to college? You want free college? Go to war. Nah. We chose that. I think a lot of people, once we realize that this is the job you chose to do, these people out here doing what the fuck they want to do. This is what we fight for. We fight for their right to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? We the motherfucking leathernecks. So, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about? So, it's vice versa with that shit, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, look, that goes also goes to like almost the second part, kind of like I want to get it talking into is hey, life and training, right? When you go and apply for a job, the job didn't come out looking for you, right? The job did not come looking for you. You went out and seeked out that job, right? So whenever you go into that job, you are going in and you're committing yourself to that job in the training into whatever is put in front of you. You accepted whenever they said, hey, do you accept this job? Yes, I accept this job. You accept the responsibilities and what you had to come upon for whatever type of situation it is. So yeah. And the good thing about the most jobs, and as an infantryman, they give you training. I mean, not all jobs are as fluent as a military, I guess you could say. And I can't say fluent because they weren't as fluent, like real detailed at sometimes. But when a training came around, they trained you for specifics, right? And that same thing with a job. A job, when you're given a job, hey, here you go. Like you go with this, and this is what you need to be successful, right? And if you don't listen, or hey, you're too busy fucking around with your phone, or I don't plan on making this a career. Well, hey man, there's people out there making certain jobs a career. Like me myself, never planned on being with Home Depot longer than I have right now. I've been with Home Depot 12 years. Never did I think about be able to raise my family and commit to my family with this job. I thought it was just going to be, it's retail, right? Oh, it's just retail. You're never going to go far. But, you know, I put my commitment, I put my time, I put my blood, sweat, tears, everything into this job. And I still am still committed to it every day.
Bro,
And it's
I
didn't do anything.
know a cat, he was working at Whataburger, flipping burgers. Down the line, he's a GM now. You know what I'm saying? At Whataburger making good money. You know what I'm saying? So I never put shouldn't nobody ever put a title on a man's or judge a man off what he does for a living. I think as far as, you know, that man's making an honest living and he's taking care of his responsibilities, that's what makes a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? So you making your honest living, man. Fuck what the haters got to talk about. You still moving up. You managing motherfuckers now.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So fuck what a hater got to say.
The people that don't want to do, they gonna talk. The people that do don't want to talk. They just about that action. So if the lights is on, the water is running, it's food in my kid's belly, I don't give how they getting it. Whether it's McDonald's, Uber, Home Depot, Lowe's, No Depot, Yo Depot, My Depot. Like, they still got to eat at the end of the day. Grunts talk a whole bunch of shit about what they don't want to do and what they ain't going to do. But when you run out of Poggy Bait, you're going to eat an MRE or your ass going to be hungry. So it taught you how to adjust. It taught, especially in the infantry, it taught you how to accept. And I'll expound on that. Let me say this to you, though, real quick. McGinnis say, I still laugh at it. The recruitment process. He told me to go to the recruiter. He told me to go be a helicopter mechanic or something. It would have been a smart choice, but not the right one. Bang, bang, baby. 11B. I think a lot of us, man, may have went through that type of scenario. Like for me, my recruiter, well, infantry, I just picked. Because when I went in the first time, Stafford said he got 10 cases of MREs in the basement. I know I got 2 in the garage right now.
Hey, tell him I give him $20 for a chilling mat.
hey, hold up. I'll give you 30. 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 Chili Max mine.
Hold on, Whiskey Charlie. This ain't no goddamn auction.
Hey, I was about to come on there and say, hey, I'll give you 40 and see what else happens. I don't really want to buy it because I got some out there. I'm just going to see if I can.
Oh, price gouging ass motherfucker.
Try to price up, man. You must be watching Storage Wars or something, man. Down there.
You already know, because I thought Whiskey Charlie was going to come on there and say something sweet like, oh, Grunt, I got you. I'll send you one. But he started up in the ante, so I figured I'd do what an infantry guy do. I'm going to get on here and talk some shit, too, and see what I can get y'all into.
Hey, it was like a basic training. You know, you always ante it up whenever you come around to those suites. You know, if taking those MREs, you try and trade to get them Skittles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got to get the work in. Hey, look, everybody try to trade off a egg and cheese omelet fucking MRE. You ain't never getting anything for that. You might as well just trade that for a bottle of water or something like that. Nobody would even trade a bottle of water for that shit.
You could tell y'all in some new times, man. I ain't never heard of a breakfast MRE.
What? Ain't no new time. You just didn't stay in long enough.
That's what I'm saying. New times, man. Hey. I ain't never heard no breakfast MRE, man.
Hey, man, they got straight up omelet.
A whole, I know that bitch sick. I wouldn't even fuck that bitch.
They got an omelet with chili mac and tomatoes on top of it.
Oh, that's horrible. Hey, Gabe down here say I pay me $100 and I'll let you eat the omelet one. You know what? I'd rather just go ahead and starve. You know what? I'll just go ahead and eat a carcass of a dead animal on the side of the road.
Stafford say, I don't sell, I buy. I know that's right. It ain't, I got to hold on to these MREs, man. It's 2021. You never know. I didn't believe in it before, but with the COVID and everything, we just might hit the zombie apocalypse and these MREs might come in handy, dog. Big Sergeant Major say, the single and most important aspect of anything you do is time. The time you spend is critical to your success. Hey, if you can't manage time, you're not going to be able to manage your life. Even though the Army feel like it wasted a lot of time, when it was time to train, we fucking trained. When it was time to work, We worked. I don't care if you slept for 2.5 hours and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. If it was a movement, you was moving and everybody was locked in. And that's what I enjoy about the military that didn't happen in civilian life. Because in civilian life, people just like, yo, I go talk to my union rep, my boss, the manager, you know, you getting all these days off and right off. But in the military, it's like, yo, if you didn't sleep when it was time to sleep, then I don't give a fuck. It's time to work. So I like that part. And then even in civilian life, when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Everybody just sucked it up, talked all shit on the way. But hey, we still were pushing forward, man. You know, it was just something that was ingrained in us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. You know, civilian life different, but hey, we can't knock them too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess we're civilians now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are civilians. But shit, I still gonna knock them because that's what infantry do. Infantry, we knock you around, but then we accept you. In the infantry, I learned acceptance was big because in 06 and 07, bro, the hooligans was almost considered the bastard children of our brigade. And the punishment for other soldiers out of active duty units. Now, we a National Guard unit. The punishment for other soldiers was to get kicked over to the hooligans. Oh, you fucking up. You going over there with the Yahoos, with the infantry. But then they got over there and didn't want to leave because they seen how much we accepted them and how much we taught them and how much we put the work in with them. And they found out like, yo, all these stories ain't true that people say about you, what they say about the infantry. I think the infantry, that was great for me because it was the most flexible. G, we knew how to work in garrison and in the field.
Who was the National Guard unit? Looked like they got an axe on the patch. I think it's like some type of axe or some shit. Who was that National Guard unit? You know
what's name? I'll have to
hold up.
That thing.
I'm about to say, hold up here. It's like going up to an individual and say, "Oh, you served in the army. Do you know my brother that served in the army on the other side?" We ain't gonna know all those motherfuckers. But look. But listen here. Hey, what you know? What also relates to this, you guys? Hey, I think we're the training outside of military, where I think military does a decent job of training. Decent. I said decent. I ain't saying perfect because there's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is somebody's lying. That's it, right? Mm-hmm. But where life is mixed up is I think where training comes to our children. Our training to our children is where it's mixed up. I think I mentioned it to Killer Wolf and Big Sarge prior to this. Is when you're in high school, I believe that there should be some training on credit. There's got to be some type of training on credit because no kid understands about credit. You know what? They don't understand the prioritize, you know, what's most important to them. Hey, what's important to you? They're going to prioritize going out and buying an expensive ass car. They don't know the difference between needs and wants, right? You know what? You're going to get what you want later on in life. What you need right now at this moment in time is something to get you to work, back from work, or hey, you need a house to stay in, yada, 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 right? So I think the biggest thing is there's got to be a break in, you know, in school or in the whole government or whatever else you want to say to train kids on life in general. Hey, credit, you got to be trained on what's prioritized, you know, prioritize what's the most important to you and what's going to make you successful to get you what you want, because you're never going to get where you want to go if you don't prioritize and also put the things that's most important in front of you. Because people out there buying what $1,500 phones right now, you know, going out and buying expensive shoes. You need to put something on your feet, put something on your body, and put food in your belly, and have something over your head to keep you warm and whatever else throughout the time. That's all you need. You want to have the nice shiny things, right? And that's where the where you get into where the singers and all these artists and everything else are pushing this bigger stuff. You don't need all that shit. What you need is just to make sure you have something over top of your head to keep you nice and warm during warm and cold during the times of seasons, right? And then also what you need also is something that gets you from point A to point B. It doesn't matter how nice it is. You can make it as nice as you want to, man.
Let me say this real quick. I got two things. One, I want to get into this chat real quick, and then I got a quick question. So let me go back real quick. So we dropped off at the pay me $100. I'll eat the MRE, the omelet. Stafford said, I don't sell, I don't buy. Stafford said, laugh out loud, puke omelet, absolutely indeed. Big Sergeant Major say, when you deploy, definitely probably eat that thing if you hungry and you out on movement. There's got to be something in that damn omelet, in that thing that I could eat. Jones say, y'all don't know Bidwell, big dude. He was one of our mechanics. He looked like he was wrestling cows from the time he came out the womb, though. Big dude, just country, big fucking dude, okay? That's just it. Nicest dude you would meet. One of those dudes probably like Drill Sergeant Christensen Wolf. You piss him off, he might literally rip your head off your neck. Like, big fucking dude, okay? He say, though, if Bidwell would suck a dick for $20, I'll eat the omelet for $100. Okay. And McGinnis say Post is gay. That's a whole nother topic right there, man. Post is gay is something. I don't know if y'all ever been traveling, Grunts. When you left Iraq, I think you was there after me, Shooter. I'm not really sure. I got there in 06, 07. Whiskey Charlie was there with me again in 9. You like 04, 05, 03. You like 02. You like there. You was there before we were supposed to be there. He say Post is gay. That's a whole nother thing right there, man. We had a soldier. His name was Sergeant Post. And I don't know who started it, whether it was Sergeant Yost or somebody else. He started this thing where they would put Post is gay up and like Porter shitters and everywhere. And it's just been, man, seeing Post is gay is like seeing Where's Waldo. I seen that thing all the way from Iraq back to the States. Everywhere you stop, Dallas, Atlanta, Germany, in the bathroom on the wall, Post is gay. And what was so funny is like 2 weeks before it was time to, come back home, our active duty sergeant major was walking through like our AO, whatever, checking us out as we was cleaning up. And he seen Sergeant Post. He was like, oh shit, Post, you're a real person. He literally thought we was talking about the Post was gay, but we was talking about a person. Anyhow, Stafford say we live in a dream, being on that civilian life. Absolutely. Living a dream because we didn't have the best of both worlds. We didn't fought, did what we needed to do. And we came back home, which goes into the next comment. What Big Sergeant Major Escano, he say, you took the time to reflect on your time away from your family. When you came back, you knew that you had to spend quality time with your family and tried to make up for all the time lost. That's big. A lot of us Grunts didn't do that. A lot of us came back with a whole bunch of baggage that we wasn't allowed to. Well, I won't say wasn't allowed to. We didn't allow ourselves to deal with, to get away from, because you know how it go, Grunts. If you went to the VA back in those times, if you talked about what you was feeling back in those times, you was soft. You wasn't no friend of mine. It was a whole bunch of other things. And then when you came back to your family, you might not have gave them what they need. But if you did the right thing and you understand taking care of the same way you take care of your girlfriend, your M4, you got to take care of your family that much more, even 10 times more. Because you knew if you came up with a nasty weapon, it was going to be trouble for you. So if you ain't doing the things that you need to do in the civilian world, it's going to be trouble for you too. And then the people around you might fall. Let's see. Pay down high interest loans. Absolutely. You was talking about Joe spending money. And I was going to say, you can say this now, Whiskey Charlie. At what are you? Young, old, 32, 33? You can say that easily. 33? You can say that easily. But at 20, 21, 18, and you're a private, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no real responsibilities, you're like, bruh, give me the 2020, whatever it is, put some D's on that thing. I get $900 a month. Let's roll with it, bruh. So, they want you to stay broke.
Hey, but it comes down to hey, look, listen to a fellow battle. Like everybody learns on their own. Learns on their own. That's the biggest thing. That also life reality is you're gonna learn on your own. You cannot tell a kid exactly what to do, and they're gonna learn on their own pace, right? That's the same thing with a private, whatever else. But this is me just throwing that line out there. Hey, make sure that you have something worth your while. Just don't make it a temporary type process. I would say, you want to really look at what you want, right? Reality is you're going to go out there and spend all that crazy ass money on something stupid that you do not want. What you can do is get you something that you need to get you back and forth to base or back and forth to work and then later on get what you want. Get that fuck. Don't go out and try to grab that Chrysler 300 and try to act like it's a Phantom.
Hey,
and actually get yourself a Phantom.
This is what I say, man. I tell that private, live it up, man. You ought to live once, man. You know, that's the only way for them to learn. You know, you have to learn trial and error. You know what I'm saying? They young, so they gonna do what the fuck they want to do anyway. You know, tell that private, live it up. Period. That's it.
I don't care if you 21, 41, 51. You do what you can handle. If you want to live it up, you live it up. Because I'm one of those type of people. People could tell me what I shouldn't do, what I could not do, or what was the right way to do it. I'm like, man, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I need to do. And if I get burned, I get burned. It's the same way in the military. It's like, you know, you shouldn't drink all night, but your NCO get you out drunk all night. So he can see you throw up on the run. You learn from that. Like you said, being dehydrated drunk, you didn't know that was going to come into effect being dehydrated in Iraq when you got to shoot, move, communicate. So
hey, that shit work wonders, man. That shit work wonders when you lacking from actual fucking water, though. You know what I'm saying? You give anything for like a cold bottle of water, man. That shit work though. Being back, coming to do that PT in the morning, drunk as a motherfucker, it works, man. Hey, so, they need to put that in training, man. Get the privates drunk and get them in PT the next morning, man. I need to implement that in training, man.
Oh, hey, yeah, go ahead and do that. Hey, man, that would be like that. That should be a training. That should be automatically in training to, you know, go ahead and drink all night and then come in. Like that even prepares you for life in general. You know, get drunk and go into work and be able to still go through a whole 12-hour day and still be able to make it and have no problems. I'm an A+ honor roll student on that situations.
Hey, I've been there too. What sucks is when you get the people around you drunk from your pores because you sweat so much alcohol.
Hey, let me tell you this. You know, I went through 2 boot camps before I almost got to Fort Benning. It was you know, when I was young. And what they did when we got there, we got to the chow hall. Everything was cool. You know, the drill sergeant was standing to the side. They're like, oh, private, go get you some spaghetti, man. You got some good food over there. You know what I'm saying? Get you some juice. Get you some juice, man. Call us cadets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go get you some juice, cadet. Well, they ain't call you cadets yet, but you know what I'm saying? They let us do whatever we wanted. We sitting out there at the little picnic tables out there eating like, oh, man, it's going to be a breeze. Next thing we know, the fucking drill sergeants come out that bitch and step running. You know what I'm saying? We like, oh, man, what's going on here? Next thing you know, we rolling, barrel crawling, everything. Like you said, you get the next person next to you, they full too. So once he got the throwing up, you rolling over there in his throw up and all that shit while you throw it up, and the next nigga motherfucker next to you doing the same shit. But yeah, I understood what you were saying with that, man. That's some crazy shit. They need to put that in training.
So jumping back right here, let me finish these down. Whiskey Charlie was talking about the importance of, you know, managing your money. You know what I'm saying? Managing your money, Grunts. And it's something that I know you are speaking on, and I'm a Big Sergeant Major was talking to me about that in 2015, about the importance of, you know, using your credit cards and things like that the right way. Because that was shit that I didn't know. Like, and a lot of people still don't know. It's a lot of banks out there, and it's a whole nother topic. It's a lot of banks out there and shit like that where you get credit cards and they give you cash back for using your credit card. So you're getting paid to use it. And here's another thing about credit cards. When you use your credit card, you're playing with somebody else's money. You got to be responsible enough just to pay the bill. If you lose or somebody steal your credit card, they're going to refund you what you lost because it ain't your money. It's theirs. But if you lose your debit card and they hit you, you hit all your money gone because it ain't their money. So Big Sarge was talking about Stafford say, make sure you pay down high interest loans. And when you in the military, they ain't asking you a lot of questions. Once you say you're in the military, they giving you whatever you want because they know if you don't pay that money, then your higher up's gonna come holler at you. He say, fuck credit cards. If you don't know how to use credit cards, you better leave them alone. I believe that cash is still king, and you have to learn how to use cash because All debt is not bad debt. I listen to a lot of millionaires and billionaires who talk about how to effectively use debt. Now, if you take $150,000 loan, that's debt. But if you take that $150,000 loan and you buy like maybe two homes. Let's just say you buy 2 homes that's in shabby conditions, and then you fix them up and you turn them bitches into Airbnb. That 150 might become 3 or 4. So you have to learn how to do that. If you went to that, though.
You got a guy, he bought a couple luxury cars for himself. And you know what he did? He took that shit and turned that shit into a rental. He rent them out. And he making hand over fist off his own cars. You know what I'm saying? Then he get the money to buy some more luxury car. Next thing you know, he got his own rental car service.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you taking that, what you put into that, you know what I'm saying, and making it out of something. And that's what it's about, bro.
Hey, he ain't the one that created that rental car app, is he? What's that app called? What the fuck is the name of that app where people rent their cars out?
Nah, man, this cell phone boss here down in Miami, bro.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. You know, like everything else with houses and everything, they making it to where you can cut out the middleman completely. But it's another app for rental cars, and my boy King told me about it. I forgot the name of it, but you can go rent somebody else's personal vehicle and use their stuff and pay them.
Because what you got now, like places like Miami, people go down to California and stuff. You got people out here, man, that's coming down there for the image. You know what I'm saying? So when they get in town, they want to rent this high class car and stuff. They there for the image. You know, they paying thousands of dollars just a day just to rent this car. You know what I'm saying? Indeed. But hey, it's selling the image to them. Hey, if you want that image, hey, here you go.
So we got in the chat. You know, I was talking about earlier. You got some whiskey, Charlie?
Yeah. Hey, look, I was going to say is you're talking about, businesses and stuff like that. Hey, a big thing that also when it comes to like training and stuff like that, I think that the whole new generation is getting away from it, and it's something that everybody needs to make sure that they're still staying in line with. It's a lot of money. If you want to make a lot of money, is trade classes when you're out there. Hey, I got a lot of battles that are like carpenters, plumbers, and stuff like that also that make killer money, because you got to think about the situation that you go through day in, day in out of life. I know basic stuff. Of course, I work at Home Depot, but some of these people are making, $100,000 a year by just trade classes. And I think that's one of the big things that United States needs to get back into, and with teaching students these days. It's not just about I mean, don't get me wrong, computers and everything else is going to be where it's a lot of things at, but a lot of people think that they don't make a whole lot of money when it comes to trade classes. But I can tell you this much. I know contractors, I know people like that are making every bit of 100,000 plus a year.
You got people that go buy their own 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? But invest in the 18-wheeler, you know what I'm saying, instead of that luxury car. And making hand over fist, man. They got their own fucking truck, so they make their own fucking rules, man, hauling groceries. Even in town, hauling fucking groceries in town. They even got to go out, man.
I'm going to talk about that for a second real quick. Trades and credit card and teaching. So we talked about post is gay. Curtis say, I agree with you 1,000%. Mr. Curtis, I ain't going to lie to you and say I don't remember what we was talking about at that time, but I thank you for agreeing with us. Stafford talked about Egypt. That's when we was talking about post is gay. Gabe say post is gay is worldwide, like the Catalina wine mixer. McGinnis say if the omelet, we going back to these MREs that we still got a bidding war out there for that chili mac, Big Stafford. Still got a bidding war. McGinnis say if the omelet is hot as fuck with hot sauce, it's all right. Add the salt and the pepper to taste, and it can be eaten. See, I told you, if you hungry enough, somebody gonna figure it out. Egypt, post is gay. Curtis says, next time someone asks me what's wrong, I'm going to say post is gay. Stafford say he 42, just coming out of credit card debt. Salute my brother, because I'm on the same boat, finishing up some things that I had from my past. Again, a shout out to Stafford, amazing. Stafford also says, Dang, we got a lot of stuff that I missed. Oh yeah, Wild Tigers. Okay. Stafford says DPP card or star card for you young. Oh yeah, that star card. Fuck me royally, bro. Star card. I ain't gonna say it's
Hey,
I'm gonna say I screwed myself because I didn't know what I was doing.
to tell you the truth, I always thought that I never had a credit card until I bought my first home, but I forgot all about the fucking Star card. I came back from overseas. All the front of that bitch was ripped off because they take the card and put it in that little machine, and they're like, you know, it's like some old school receipt shit. And I was like, man, charge that bitch up, man. Charge it up, man. But yeah, I forgot all about that Star card. But they got Uncle Sam got every penny before I got out the military.
Hey, so we remember that Plummy Whiskey Charlie star card and credit, because the star card, the military wasn't no better than the American system when it came to that, because they ain't teach us about money and finances either. They just had your team leader, your squad leader come getting your ass. You know what I'm saying? You ain't pay your bills. You mess around, get an Article 15 and everything else for not taking care of your responsibility. But the star card looking to get this new computer, looking to get these shoes, you know, it screwed me up, bro. So Stafford say, McGinnis say, yeah, the star card. I had a badass TV with all the fixes after 06. Ooh, Wild Tigers. Y'all remember the Wild Tigers and the Tiger Bomb piss over in Iraq, the energy drinks? Yeah. He say he'll hit the gym and down 2 Wild Tigers. That's like drinking 2 shots of C4. Work hard, play hard. I did that way too much for way too long. Big Sergeant Major say drunk PT test breaks the monotony. Absolutely, indeed, bruh. I done seen some people throw up on the PT test and still outrun my slow ass. So it helps. Just because your heart rate probably broke the monitor. Oh, JC, Bible. Okay, I missed that part. What the fuck, Whiskey? He must be talking about Whiskey Charlie and all the wild stuff he was doing earlier. That's Whiskey Charlie. It's still early in the day. Dusty Bidwell to bang the middleman into submission. Man, Bidwell is a big dude. He will. All right, McGinnis, have a good night, man. Thank you for tuning in. He said he out. Stafford said later to him, Whiskey Charlie, now the Army offers the opportunity to Joes to invest in the BRS, blended retirement system. Now, that's one I didn't know about because I'm out now, but I do remember the thrift savings plan. And the BRS, I guess, is trading stocks and all that IRAs or Roths. Stereos and PlayStations from the Star card. Yes, indeed, man. Going back to credit, money, and teachings. Now, I ain't ragging on America, but I'm ragging on America. Take it how you want to take it. It just is what it is. America don't teach you about money because America want to keep you broke. America wants you to live the American dream, not Whiskey Charlie dream, not Killer Wolf dream. America wants you to live their dream of buying a big fancy house, buying nice cars and shit that you can't afford before you can afford it. So we're not going to teach you about the money that you spending because we need you to keep spending it. If we tell you that money is just a bunch of fucking made up binary codes and digits in the atmosphere, then you're going to figure out how to play that game too, just like you playing Monopoly, and the game won't play you. So the military didn't make it no better. When I got in, I think it was $887, $987 a month, and like $2,099. Think about that. You making less than $1,000 a month, bro. You're not making no money. Then you get a star card with a fucking 12%, 15% interest rate. You don't know no better. You just like, oh, sweet, I'm good. I got a star card. And everything in the PX is overpriced. Everything is overpriced. So it's like they don't want you to get it right. And so when you get with your team leader and they busting your ass at night for messing up your money, it's like, yo, I came from my civilian life into this way of life. And I thought when I got into the military, I was going to be sweet. I was going to be all right. But nobody is teaching you about that. And that was one of the things that I think the Army changed as I began to get out. They start preparing soldiers who are getting ready to ETS, how to do civilian resumes, how to put their best foot forward to go into the civilian world. And I think that was great. But for some of us, man, it was just a little too late. And some people never grasped that concept because they wasn't getting that 1st and the 15th regular check. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't check yourself and you don't got the funds coming in like you used to, you're gonna have to change up the things that you do.
Hey, I was so crazy, bro. As a private, I used to think I'm getting more just dividing my checks. You know, you could decide if you want it all on the first or you want one on the first and the 15th. But at the same time, hey, I like divide it up because I want to spend it all on the first. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I never got that memo that I could split my shit up. I just knew the first and 15th.
Yeah, you can split it. I mean, you could even have it all on the first, or you could do it the first 15th.
Oh, yeah, break mine up, bro. Because you know, if you get it all on the first, some Joe broke by the second. He definitely broke by the second. He done went to the strip club and got with Cinnamon, and she done got all his money. So you already know he broke by the second. Stafford say, preach. Big Sarge Scotto say, you load the star. Oh, yeah, you loaded the star card before deploying. New laptop, headphones, speakers, and all that at 21% interest. And then they send you a bill for like $25 when you got $1,000 balance. You know what I'm saying? And you're not wise enough to know you need to pay it off.
And what was that shit called, bro, when you can go to finance overseas and get like a, you get money, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you loaning on your check that's coming, you know what I'm saying, before it comes.
Was that like a cash advance? Yeah. I think it was a cash advance.
Yeah, get them cash advances, man, but it's all about who you got back at home, who you fucking, you know what I'm talking about? I've seen cats, bro, going up there just getting them, man. Be like, man, what my check at this month? I'm like, man, you got like about, I think they give you a limit, like what, 200 a month or some shit? Yeah, so yeah.
Big Sarge, Stafford say, yeah, pay clerk cash advance. Oh, that was very powerful right there, Stafford. He say, excuse me, now I don't drink beer, it make me belch. He say, who cared what we bought before we went to war? We might not come back from. You absolutely right. I was burning my star card up. I might not come back. So they got to get somebody else.
Hey, that gold motherfucker was silver when I came back.
Hey, if anybody is still in the sorry, Major, you might still be in right now. Do they still offer the star card? Because I know they got rid of it. I think they was doing the Eagle Cash card when I was over there in Iraq, and you had to load your money up on that, and they wanted you to use your Eagle Cash card and all that other type of nonsense, man. But that ain't working the Haji shops. That ain't work at all. So I'm pretty sure, man. Yep, Eagle Cash. I know for most of us on this on this live right now, it's some things that we took away from the Army. It's some things that we could have left with the Army. It's probably some things that we wish we could get back from the Army. You know what I'm saying? It's probably some things we wish that we could still do in the Army, because there ain't too many places. Okay, that's what's up, Sarge. You retired in 2019. It ain't too many places, or it ain't too many jobs where you gonna go to and be able to do what you do in the military. Like, it's not too many places where you gonna shoot machine guns and throw grenades. And you know, most of us got in. We probably wasn't. I retired in 17. That's what's up. It's not it's not too many places that you gonna do what you gonna do. And I think after you re-up after your first time, you already know about the BS. You ain't looking about what you can learn. You just looking about the fun that you can have and the soldiers that you can affect by giving back. And I think that was what was good for me. Earning my stripes and earning some rank, like the importance of giving back and training other soldiers the right way. Because there was some soldiers in there that wasn't going to train you the right way. They was going to get you sloppy drunk on your birthday, was going to get you sloppy drunk for the PT test. But they've been in here doing this for about 5 years. They just wanted to see if you was going to pass the test, if you was going to make it in the family. But for a lot of people, man, they couldn't adjust like that. They couldn't do that. They couldn't adapt to that. And for some of them young soldiers who got in the military, who was nobody in their town, they got in the military and thought they was Billy Badass and they had it going on. When they came home, they didn't know how to turn that off. You know, so I don't think the military, one thing I do not believe that I took away that they gave enough of was the time to be, I don't want to say reinstated, but damn, I can't think of the word, reintegrated into the civilian population, to understand that, yo, although you military, bro, you human too, just like the people in the world you about to have around you. And I think that reintegration phase is a huge phase because you just go in the civilian world thinking about your military days, fucking Whiskey Charlie, and then you don't know, you really don't know how to operate. You know what I'm saying? You feel like everybody else fucked up, not knowing that you part of that 1% that's fucked up because everybody ain't doing what you just done. Different faces. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely different faces. Whiskey Charlie looked like that private you find out in the back, like, bro, what's going on, man? You drinking on the job again? You doing it again? You doing it again? You can't get Whiskey Charlie too many beers because he'll show up to the PT test wearing a damn thong and you know what I'm saying, some flip-flops.
Hey, don't put my private information out there. You know, that's what I do on a daily basis, okay? Hey, look, ever since the military, I still don't wear drawers, bro.
Hey, man, don't take this the wrong way, Grunts, and anybody listening to this. That just must be some Caucasian shit, man, because I tried to go without drawers before. It itched too bad. It just didn't work out.
Oh, you know, I'm a sweaty motherfucker. So say if I got some dress pants on, you got sweat coming down your ass. You got no kind of drawers, suck that shit up. Your ass is out there sweating like a motherfucker, man. Fuck that shit.
Hey. Big Staffer say, gotta have a switch. He say go commando. I tell you what, I did go commando a few times out in the field, and it worked out great. What the military really gave me, it gave me the sense of just not really giving a fuck, not stressing out too much about life, knowing that everything gonna be all right. Like when you doing as a young man, like especially as a man, especially back in those days, and you know, you had all the homophobe, you could say gay and all that other shit back in the day that you really probably shouldn't say no more. They attempt to blacklist you, whatever that means. But it was like the military gave you a sense of just of pride in who you was and allowed to take the simplest things and make it everything, or the simplest things and it don't be nothing. Like you sitting across from somebody taking the shit, just talking about everyday life, like this it. So once you get done doing that and you come to the civilian world, you're like, yo, I can handle anything. I can handle anything because I've seen some things that most people will never see. So I think, man, you know, the military really strengthened me and helped me get through some things that I thought I could not do. Overall, I'm like you too, Killer Wolf. I'm grateful for my time that I spent in the military. I didn't get in because I was a super patriot and I just wanted to honor the flag and protect the flag. I would be lying to say that. But when I got in, I understood that. And I knew my brothers to my left and my right, regardless of the color of their skin, they had my back. So it helped me build that unity with the people around me. And as Sir Nascano said earlier, when you came back to your family, then you built a new unity with them because you knew the importance of a team. Sir Nascano, Sir Major say Whiskey Charlie was the reason why all military pants have double layers of cloth in the crotch and the ass area.
Hey, you need something to suck up that ass sweat, boy.
Hey, that's also the reason why that whenever you ETS and when you get out that they tell you to go ahead and keep anything that touched your body.
Touch your skin. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we would have just had to ride with you for lunch, Whiskey Charlie. I don't think, man, after hard days of work, man, you couldn't get in my whip, man, while we was in, man, because I know your ass is just sitting, it's basically bare ass sitting on the seats, man. I can't do it, like.
Hey, look, I'll be telling people like, hey, I understand nowadays that why people back in the Western days were so pissed off all the time because they're wearing those chaps. They were all getting all chafed up and having to go around there. No wonder why they're always so pissed off because they were chafing, man. That's why they're all going around shooting each other.
So,
man, I better put some of that motherfucker shower powder down there, boy.
Hey, Fucking around, what's the name, man? You want to really dry yourself up? You put that gold bond down there, but you gonna burn for it for about 45 seconds. Or you gonna dance. You gonna dance. You put that medicated gold bond on you. You know.
Hey, you better not try to get into nothing with that, man, because you go put that young lady to fire, man, with that gold bond on you, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for y'all. It's gonna be a wrap. Big Stafford say, I found I cannot work customer service. You know what? When you're in the military, when you're in the military, it is probably kind of difficult to work customer service unless you're a person that enjoys dealing with people. Because most people that's in the military, especially in the infantry, if you definitely was in a leadership position, when you ask somebody to do something, I want it done right then and there. Before the words even finish leaving my mouth, you should be already moving and anticipating what I'm about to say next. I think for me, customer service was a little bit easier because I ain't care. I'm like, yo, this civilians, I'm just gonna be nice, say what I need to say. They ain't gonna be able to do nothing to me anyway. So, Killer Wolf, you got about 9 screens on, shooter. I need you to mute one. There we go. I don't know what happened to you. You ain't got no picture on either one, but you on there twice, but it's okay. Stafford say, laugh out loud, Whiskey Charlie, requested kilts to the 54th, to the 5. That was Sergeant Major. Yes, indeed. Monkey butt, swamp ass. I think I had that the other day when I was rucking, bro. I was rucking the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's what they talking about with monkey butt, because my drawers was hugging up on me, bro.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, bro. It's, the question that I had, and I think that you started with last week when we didn't get shout out to my birthday, so we took a break. Did you achieve your military goals? Did you achieve everything that you set out to do? Did you achieve the career expectations that you had, and what did you learn from? I truly believe I achieved everything that I was supposed to do in the military because I didn't have no goals for the military. I just knew for me at that time, I wanted to get out of Detroit. That was it. It had to be something better than what I was doing. So for me to make it to E6, possibly could have made it to E7 if I would have stayed in. I think I exceeded what I believed that I was going to be able to do. And then I was able to take that and transform that into my civilian life too, to realize that I could exceed anything that's in front of me if I'm willing to just put the hard work in and keep my head down, shut the hell up, do what I need to do, then I would make it through. So, man, the military was good for me. I missed a lot of my brothers and my friends and my family because, again, it really taught me about solidarity. It really taught me about being a man. It really taught me about putting other people before me. And I've said it before, I wasn't fighting for the president or the political party. I was fighting to the dude to the left and right of me, you know? The monkeys chased you in Panama? Oh, that probably would have been fun, but scary. There you go. Oh, I had a question for you, Killer.
I thought he was taking a shit. I figured that's where he went to.
Nah, I'll let you know that before I get up off that bitch, man. The phone, I don't know what happened. I came back in, then you said I was on there twice. So I just paused that bitch down, came back in that bitch.
Hey, Killer. That's what I wanted to ask you earlier, because normally when I see you, I see the granite tops and shit, and I see everything behind you like you're in the kitchen. But tonight I can see clothes in the closet. And I'm like, wait a minute, you got a closet in your kitchen? But then I said, hold on, you got marble in the closet bedroom? I gotta elevate my game, man.
Hey, this my girl little makeup room, man. We got the little table in here. She got a little lingerie set up in here. This is my closet because she took over the whole big closet. So this is my closet right here with my stuff. And you know, all we need is a little section. You know, I got my mother-in-law in them here, so I'm just doing it a little different today, a little different.
Hey, man. Even if we need a little section and we want more, you ain't getting it in the house with the wife, bro. You know how to live out a bag. You was deployed before. You know how to live out a bag. Yeah. Condensed down to hey, it's like hey, bro,
That's all
it's like
I
the
need.
move
Hey,
that I help you do. You only had one little square.
and you know, personally, I think my wife took up. We had to go back to the house. It was just her clothes. Took up a whole U-Haul. The whole U-Haul. That was it. That was left for the house. So we got a pretty big closet in the master. So I'm like, I'm about to just go over here, keep my little stuff, you know, separate, whatever. I come in, go out, do what I need to do, man.
Another thing that the military taught me, you were talking earlier, Shooter, about dress right dress and organization and knowing what your house look like when you move around. And I'm the same way. Like it could be 1 a.m., bro. I hear a creak and I'm up. Like if I hear my dad moving around on his walker, I'm up. Like, yo, what's that? You know what's going on? I know what's going on. But it's like another thing that, he taught me is just keeping your stuff in order. Like, being able to move around in the dark and knowing everything is at without having to see anything. And even with your paperwork, understanding that people gonna lose paperwork. So knowing to keep your paperwork in order and keeping a copy of everything. Now, I'm not good with that with receipts, but I've gotten good enough to give them to my wife who keep those things. Or you put them on your computer or whatever you have to do to keep a track of what you've been through. Because people attempt to screw you. And that was one of the things that the military taught me. Always have something on file that you did. Always have a what's the word I'm looking for? Always have a paper trail. Follow the paper trail. Always have a paper trail. You know what I'm saying? Always be able to follow the paper trail and see what you did and what was done. Because in the military, you can always be like, yo, Big Sarge, that wasn't me. I ain't do that. I was right here. And when you switch over to civilian life, that works too. Because paperwork is serious in this world. Very serious. Whiskey Charlie, what you got? Your eyes looking a little droopy now. You look like you're in rare private form, like some wild shit about to happen.
Hey, look. I just had to go and kill this fucking cockroach in my goddamn house. I'm gonna stomp that bitch. I killed it. That's why I disappeared for a few seconds. That motherfucker was at my house. So I had to give him the death penalty. Stomped his ass to death. I don't know about any of y'all, but hey, look, I kill anything and everything that moves around my fucking house.
Your wife,
my wife the other day, she noticed one thing. I don't know if anybody else does it, but I sleep on the couch. It's not because of I have to. It's because I guess I choose to, of course. But she came in the other day and she's like, "Hey, Justin." She came the next morning. She was like, "Hey, have you been opening the blinds up?" So every night I wake up about 3 or 4 times a night. If I hear a crack, a whistle, a sound, anything like that, I peek out the window. I go outside with my flashlights. I'm searching for something to fuck up and getting out of place, man. I am not lying, man.
You just let me fight.
Let me go to this, man. I had a crazy dream probably about 2 nights ago. I was in my bed back in sector, but my daughter, they was in the room playing, PlayStation, whatever. I'm like, damn, this shit here kind of, fucking ate up. What the fuck my kids doing here? We all sector, you know what I'm saying? So next thing I know, how you be sleep. They bust through the door, they hit the door with a shotgun or whatever. Coming up the stairs. I swear I heard somebody running up the stairs, man. Hey, I rolled over. I was like, hey, I couldn't, how when them dreams when you can't move, I was like, hey, get up. I'm yelling at my wife, but it started to come out. She was like, hey, babe, you good? Hey, I still got up and got the piece. I was like, man, somebody in there. She was like, nah, ain't nobody. I was like, I'm about to go check. I went, did a whole perimeter check around this motherfucker.
That's what I'd be doing. Perimeter check. That's what the hell I'd be doing.
Hey, I wakes up in the middle of the night, bro. I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and I keep my Crocs at the end of my bed because it's just like slipping on my little shoes when I get out. It's just one of those things. But when I want to really move around, bro, I take my shoes. I leave my shoes right there. I just go barefoot like a straight African, bro. I'll be moving throughout the house.
Let me tell you this, man. I felt so vulnerable, man. I couldn't move, but I got stares. I swear to God, man, even the smells from overseas was there. Like, you know, you hear them coming up. I'm like, I rolled over, but you know, I was trying to reach for my shit. I was like, hey, get up, you know, yelling in my dream. I'm like, hey, get up. But it worked. She got up, woke me up, you know, so.
Oh man, that's crazy. So in the chat, we got Stafford say, fuck your couch. Gabe say, if my dogs don't kill it, going back to what Whiskey Charlie was saying, he wake up violently stumping cockroaches and ants and everything that move around him. Gabe said, if my dogs don't kill it, it ain't sucking my dick. It's getting violently killed. Hey, Stafford say, my wife hates when I close the curtains in every room. Hey, me and my wife is trained. She know we go to a restaurant. She like, babe, I sat here because I know you don't want your back to the door, so you can sit over here.
Hey, am I the only one that closes the door at night when you go to sleep and shit? The door got to be closed, and I still combat park most of the time back in. You know what I'm saying? But you just roll out. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere I go, I back in because I need to be able to quick egress. You just never know what the hell going to happen, bro. Because you get in front of me, I'm running you down. Stafford say interior perimeter check. Always, it's a must. And then fucking night sweats. Yep. I be having those too, man. Back in the day when I first came home, I'm telling you, I didn't punch my wife in my sleep before. Probably done damn near choked her out before. You know, so that you bring some things home with you from that military, but you also bring home the ability to get through. You know what I'm saying? Just like you get through the bad times, you get through the good times, you're able to transition that to quiet your mind. It's like SEALs. And I might screw this up. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Like stop, look, you know what I'm saying? SEAL, stop, look, smell, see, you know what I'm saying? You looking around you as infantry. And it's the same thing in my house. When I move around my house, bro, I go so far, I'm black as shit. So I stay with the shadows. You ain't gonna see me. I'll be standing in the middle of the room, you know what I'm saying? Looking around like, yo.
And on the cool, you know, that's a security risk if you don't know your house in the dark, because a intruder ain't gonna come in and bitch turning on lights. If you know your house in the dark, you got the upper hand on the motherfucker. So you know.
Bruh, you been in my house. You've been through the neighborhood a time or two. I walked through my neighborhood, bro. I gave all my neighbors a heads up. I gave them a warning. Yo, if you see somebody out with a big ass pack on their back between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., just know it's me. I walked through my neighborhood at 5 a.m. with my ruck on, bro. No flashlight, no nothing.
Hey, that's free security. At least they know you out there. Hey, I'll be like, oh, that's that grunt brother down the street, man. I know the neighborhood.
That's a crazy ass motherfucker.
Let me go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? We good now. He's up. You know?
Yeah, they got family coming in. They're like, who the hell is this guy out there with the fucking backpack on at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning? Like, nah, don't worry about that. That's Big Sarge out there.
Yeah, man. You know how it goes. So, like I came out the lake. Oh, I feel you, Stafford, for real. Like the Rangers or Special Forces just coming up out the water. That's right, Big Sarge. Just gotta know you got to do your 5 and 25 checks, man. You got to check all around because again, you brought home from the military to your civilian life that I got to protect my wife and I got to protect my family. So if you feel something, the hair raised on the back of your neck, or you feel like it's raising on your back of your neck, you better go check. Then you go lay back down. Hey, peace, Jones. Take it easy, man. Thank you for tuning in, night, brother. Be safe out there doing what you do. So, man, did you achieve everything you wanted to do in the military? And everything that you achieved in the military, were you able to transition that to your civilian life and to be able to get that right? Personal security. That's right. Big Sarge Stafford, you've been doing a little bit of security in a different way for a long time too, right? I know when I first met you, I think you was doing some security watching at the casino. So your eyes have always been sharp to watch and see what was going on and how people get down.
I never I never got to fuck some privates up, man, like drill sergeant mode. I kind of did want to jump into that sector, you know what I'm saying? Never got to it though, you know.
I think I got some Joes out there who know me in the good and the bad way. I think I got some Joes out there who know me in the good and the bad way. Just as much as Big Sarge can be fun. I learned in my older age, you know, with my life coaching thing, I'm an emotional person. So one day they can see me and I'm fun, happy, loving Big Sarge. The next day they can see me and they ain't standing that parade rest and they want to know they are doing roll left, roll right. Because just last night we was all cool. So yeah. I definitely got my theory.
I ain't gonna even lie. I seen a little bit of that. I seen a little bit of it out the military. We was doing the show. We were about to do the show. I'm in there sipping. You know, he getting everything set up. I was like, "Hey man, well, hey, Big Saw, what time we going on?" He kind of doing this shit. He looked. What time we always go? I'm like, my bad, brother. Hey, I don't want to get smoked out up here, man. My bad, bro. I'm just trying to see what time we going on, man.
Hey, you know what I'm learning though, in all seriousness, man. You know, when I had this idea to do Grunt Speak, and that's the thing about the military, and it's the thing that I'm working on again. If you on time, you late. That's what it was in the military. So it's like if you're looking to build something new, especially taking this thing, because my vision for this is to make it huge, turn it to a 501c3 nonprofit, get funding, you know, like your Wounded Warriors and all that shit, and really help soldiers, really help Joes, really help people from prior service and their families to get to the next level. I know we get on here and we talk a lot of shit and we have a lot of fun, but it's a lot that we've been through. The people in the chats, it's a lot that they've been through. It's a lot of things that we can do to help you get through. So me saying that wasn't no disrespect to you, was really checking me, because me being extemporaneous and just free flowing, I don't need no topic. I could just go. But if you don't have a time set, everybody else might not be able to flow like that. And that was one thing about the Army. Although we didn't use time wisely, if your ass was late for a formation time, you paid the price. So being on time was an important thing to me. And it was just like, hey, man, this is something we need to do to show that we take it seriously. So, yeah, I definitely had those moments. And I had a flip out moment. That was a hood moment, though, when we was back at Black Dog that day and old boy said he's from Detroit.
We just go chalk that up to the Seagram's Gin, man. We're gonna chalk that whole night up to the Seagram's Gin. You made a man switch his whole style up for wearing his own perm and shit, man. You changed that brother life though, man. He came into the 20th century, whatever century in, you know what I'm saying? He cut his perm off and everything, but he remembered you. When I seen that, man, he was like, man, where your boy at, man? He changed my life. I blame it on that Seagram's Gin, man. That Seagram's Gin.
Hey, that gin, like that Do It fluid, that's like that, what's the name? What's that cheap stuff you get at the PX, like $2 a gallon?
Hey, bro, do the club still buy gin? Do motherfuckers still drink that shit at the little bars and shit? I don't know. I ain't seen it in a while, you know.
Bruh, we older now. We some of us, you know, is working on getting credit in order. Some of us has gotten credit in order and got finances in order. And some of us is drunk enough of that cheap shit to know that it ain't hitting the next day. And when you get older, it don't process the same way. So you got to splurge. But you know that gin and juice is still out there, bro. It's some privates right now that's toe up right now on some PX shots. You already know.
Oh, shit. Most of my Louisiana folks still drink that shit. They billboard the shit, man. When you come in that bitch, man, Seagram's Gin, Blue Beast, whatever flavor you want on that bitch.
Stafford say, yes, he did do some security at the casino. He said IR cameras will see through synthetic clothes, while women shouldn't wear red in the casino. Y'all go to the casino, tell your woman don't wear red, don't wear black polyester, because there's an old grunt sitting up there on the camera zooming in on her nipples. So make sure Make sure you don't do that. When we get together and go to Lake Charles, Louisiana, we have our ladies with us. Just make sure they wearing something blue, something denim. You know what I'm saying? Stafford say that cheap stuff is called military special. Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. What's up, love? You got something for me? You just laughing? My wife just walked in the room. I thought I had to get at ease real quick. Whiskey Charlie, you didn't got quiet on us and you didn't got all civilized. What's going on? You all right?
Oh, I'm good. I'm over here just listening and learning and taking a little lesson here. I'm still drinking. That's all. I had to switch up.
His buzz just kicked in. That's all. The buzz just kicked in.
I'll be right back, fellas. I'll be right back. I'm talking and I already muted myself. I'll be right back. Y'all got to hold it down. So one of y'all got the mic. No quiet mics.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Hey, tell you the truth, we done covered everything. You know what I'm saying? What it is. So, basically, we was taking from, what we learned from the military, what we brought into our lives, what we brought into our kids' lives, wife lives, what was useless in the military. I think we touched on all that. Hey, if you got anything, I'm gonna let you roll with it. You the mic guy.
Oh, no, not the mic guy. Hey, look, for anybody that's out there still watching, maybe you can chime in. And I think next week's person is it you, Killer Wolf, or is it the big? I think it's you, right? Yeah. So hey, maybe if anybody's watching.
Yeah, I definitely I already got my topic. I'm gonna talk to you guys after we break from this or whatever. But yeah, I think I already got my topic for next week.
Well, that's what's up. Hey, but could if anybody's got a topic or something else that they would like to conversate about or whatever else, maybe we can chime that in with the next one. Or hey, y'all may be reading Killer Wolf's mind over here and may be able to bring it in there from that point. But also one of the things I'm going to try to come up with by next Sunday is I'm going to try to come up with a logo or an emblem for a Grunt Speak. So I'm going to try to come up with something to be able to make shirts and or hats. So if anybody's interested out there after this week, interested in them, wanting to put forward to our good cause here, reaching out to our battles out there, just let me know and I'll see what I can do about getting y'all a shirt or hat, or we can do a competition on who chimes in the most or who shares us the most from that point, and we'll make sure you get a shirt and or a hat with that.
No, man, I wasn't going to bust one. My Viagra wore off. I'm on these right now. Just checking out the chat, talking some smack. I see that Stafford said, damn, that Viagra kicked in. He got to go bust one out. No, not today. All the Viagra I had is out there in the garage in my old green tough box. I bought a whole bunch of them when I left Egypt, because the first time I was in Egypt, I realized you could sell them $20 a pill when I came back to the States. But in 2015, it didn't go so great. I didn't sell a lot, so now I'm stuck with them bitches. I just give them away to people because I don't need them.
I'll go ahead and take a couple of those if you want to go ahead and send it to the mail.
Hey, send me. All you gotta do is send me your address, Whiskey Charlie. I'll put them in the mail and send them to you, because I think I came home with over 100 Viagra and Cialis because I was able to sell them the way I could. So I would definitely send them to you. Now, if you use them and your wife go beating on you, don't be talking about Big Sarge gave them to you.
The motherfucker gonna have his ass at the hospital on draining blood out of his shit by a trip.
You speaking from experience?
Hey, ain't number water over here, baby. That's all I need, baby. Give me some water.
That's it. So, man, I heard you closing it out for us, Whiskey Charlie. Oh, for sure, them bitches are expired, Sarge. But somebody will take them. You got to sell them at discount, Sarge Major. You got to sell them at discount. You got to sell them. Hey, it's some old guy out there right now that'll take them, baby. You got them 2 for $5. I'll take them right now. I see who you pointing at too, killer. I already know what you talking about, killer. Hey, why you playing though? Why you playing though, man? I got a partner right now. And Killer Wolf, you know him. I ain't gonna say no names, but I got a partner right now. That called me on my least once a month and asked me if I still got him. So, hey man, yeah, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother issue right there. Hey, it's Grunts. We speak. You know what, infantry, man. You turn me loose in the country where everything is optional to me, then I'm going to take my pick, G. I'm going to do what I need to do. I ain't going to let myself get in no trouble. But, hey, I'm going to have some fun, too. So, yeah, that was a waste of money that time. Those things just sitting there. Nah, they probably got cobwebs on them. I ain't looked at them in a long time. I'm good admitting the crimes. The statute of limitations. I'm good on that. Hey, man, this has been Grunt Speak. By Grunts, for Grunts, where everybody is welcome, but everybody cannot and will not be a member. You don't rock that certain MOS, you know what it is. You ain't that 11B. You ain't that 11 Charlie. We bring in the Marines, that 0311. I know Big Sarge Rinka out there, the Yeti somewhere. He'd be like, don't forget about 19 Deltas. So I want to make sure I put my 19 Deltas in there. Shout out to my tankers and my Bradley guys, because you know Wolf be saying if it ain't you know mech wreck, if it ain't mech, it ain't right. And I'm like, fuck that. If it ain't light, it don't fight. You know what I'm saying? But you know what we do. We are infantry. We are part of the crew. We make it get it done. And I hope that this is something that will help you, that will bless you. And I know we had a little bit fun tonight on this thing too. But like Whiskey Charlie said, Big Stafford said, make sure you get your life right. Make sure you get your credit right. Make sure you treat your wife right. Make sure you treat your kids right. And then you show them some of the things that the Army taught you to help you get your life right. Because the best thing about a leader, you are only as strongest as your weakest link. So if the chain snap, then don't look at the person that broke. Look at you and what you did not do as a leader. So I appreciate y'all for coming through. We appreciate y'all for coming through. We hope y'all keep coming through. Share these videos too. Keep commenting down below. Like Whiskey Charlie said, tell us some topics you might want to hear us talk about in the show, and some things that you've been through in your Army life that we may not have seen, we may not have experienced. And if you just want to come on the show, let me know, and we'll figure out a way to pull you into the chat too, so we can have a little fun and play around and maybe talk to you and interview you. You don't just have to stay in the chats. And we're going to soon develop this Whiskey Charlie logo for hats and t-shirts. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. We got some work to do because there's some other sucker out there with a Grunt Speak page too. So we have to check and see if what we gonna do, if we gonna be able to keep this name and continue to grow through, and then see what we looking to do. So man, y'all just stay on the lookout for what we got going on. That would be a good topic. Shit grunts do overseas. Illegal prescription steroids hash. That would be a great topic, because I had a dude in 2015, and Big Sergeant Major, you know who he is. He from our old unit. You already know. So I had a soldier that was over there. He was good to go. He found whatever he needed to find when he was in Egypt. So luckily for us, he ain't wind up doing no time. But anyhow, man, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. We thank y'all for tuning in. Man, that's it, my friend. Killer Wolf, Whiskey Charlie. Y'all got something y'all want to lead the people with? Salute.
Hey, I about to say, hey, y'all keep it real out there. Hey, just focus on you is the biggest thing. Is hey, you are your biggest critic to yourself. Hey, you just gotta keep focusing on yourself. You've got to drive yourself. Hey, you gotta love yourself at the end of the day.
Embrace the motherfucking suck. Peace.
Bohica. Set. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful night, man. We'll see y'all next Sunday around 23rd CST time, 21:30 for my Michigan friends and my Atlanta shooter partner mine. We'll see y'all next week, man. Make sure y'all tune in to Grunt Speak. Let your friends know, even if they ain't infantry, because we need these numbers to keep going up, G. So when we flip this into a 501c3, we'll be able to help people in more ways than just talking. You see? Peace. We out.